Again from Louisville, Kentucky, with our early live stream, our Thanksgiving special. My son works this Saturday night, can't do it this Saturday night, we gotta do it now. Just got done working at the grocery store, was lined up all day long, holiday rush.
Did they keep it open later?
No, but at 9 o'clock we had to tell people we were closing up. They're only open till 3 tomorrow. All right, let's try to show some things I haven't shown before. Ask some questions if you got some questions. Got this in a couple days ago. Near mint, empty box of the Beatles Wingdings, made in 1964 in the United States. It's a size 8 medium women's, and it has the original price tag of $3.99 from 1964. But there's no creases and hardly any aging wear to the box.
Wolfie Baby said, "Hi, happy Thanksgiving."
All right, Wolfie Baby. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Happy holidays to you all. Probably showed this in the last live stream, but I'm not sure. Backing card for original 1964 Hofner Beatles harmonica. Harmonica's not there anymore, but that backing card's one of the toughest backing cards to find. It's got the sheet music for Little Child and Please Please Me to practice on in the middle. The Hofners were made in Germany. Speaking of that harmonica that John Lennon plays on Please Please Me really sounds good on this new remix. I've been listening to this in the car. Only listened to the Red album so far, but a lot of great tracks. Never heard From Me to You quite like that before. You listened to a few of the tracks when I took you home yesterday, 8 days a week, and yesterday sounded really good with the strings all separated. But the next is I'll start listening to the Blue album and see what you all been saying. You like some of it and some of it you don't, like I Am the Walrus.
French Vinyl Addict said, "Hi everyone, happy Thanksgiving."
All right, French Vinyl Addict.
Happy
He lives in the United States now, and he used to live in France. I got a few France LPs.
Oh, God, French.
I can find that one real quick.
Oh, there's.
Since he's on the live stream.
Actually, I live in Canada.
Oh, Canada. Never lived in France? There's a French import album of Please Please Me. Love Beatles on Odeon label.
He says he knows that one.
All right, I got this in today. This amazing condition, number 3,141. This was after the first 3,000 were made by Capitol Records of BC 13. They're all dated 1978 on the inner sleeves, the ones that are open. But the amazing thing about it, when I got it in today, 7 of them are still factory sealed from Capitol Records when they imported them. You got Please Please Me, sealed with the Beatles, sealed Hard Day's Night, Still Sealed. My favorite Beatles album, Beatles for Sale. And there's only one track on the New Red remix, 8 days a week. The rest of it, I guess we have to wait for a remix version of Beatles for Sale. What a powerful album it is when the Beatles were at their full force. And they took all these oldies on this album to a new level. Or the covers. We got the Beatles' Help, audiophile pressing from 1978. Tom Port loves to sell 1978 pressings of Help. And can't believe this, Abbey Road, still factory sealed. I've sold this for $270 before alone. These the other ones have been opened, but they don't look like they're played. They're still in the shrink with the Capital Hype sticker. Let It Be, Rubber Soul. By the way, I sold my Rubber Soul Mono 1965 pressing from the United States. I sold it today for how much? You guessed it, how much it was worth last week.
1K?
Yeah, it sold for 1K. Revolver. Sgt. Pepper. It's got a HTM and the Dead Wax Harry T. Moss on both sides. So you recut the Sgt. Pepper. The White Album doesn't have a Harry T. Moss, so it's still tube cut. 1978. Inner sleeves. Show you one of them. Good. It's pressed April 1978, 478 on the bottom of the sleeve. So any of you that got a BC13 and want to know when the pressings are from, what year, you need to look at that bottom date. They're on the original white inner sleeve.
French Vinyl Addict said if the label is red, is a second version.
Talking about the France one.
Oh,
The label is blue.
so I don't think it's the second version.
Second issue, a reissue. That's a good thing. Sometimes the reissues are cut better than in the 70s than the original 60s.
And Marisa made, well, I don't know what's the last name, but they said, Hola, Beatle people, happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Who is that? Ann?
Marcy.
Let me just see. Where's it at?
Right there.
All right. Looks like he's from France. And we got a yellow submarine. But the rarities in this early box set is different than the usually rarities that you see.
They said Hola. I don't think
It's got just a blue sleeve, paper sleeve, and it has a capital down there. And it's got a purple label, Beatles Rarities. This is a pretty rare issue of Rarities. And it's got Wally in the dead wax on both sides. That's about one of the most tough to find Rarities versions. Besides there's one other one.
So it's there's two. French Vinyl Addict said, so it's post 68 through 69 pressing, and Wolfie Baby. Oh wait.
Talking about the France one.
Yeah.
Talking about the France one.
It's a 68 to 69 pressing.
And then Wolfie Baby said, so what's that BC 13 gonna go for?
If you wanted to buy the whole BC 13 with the sealed albums and everything, it's going to be a 1K, or I'm going to break it down and sell the sealed albums.
And then French Vinyl Addict said, I'm originally from France, moved to North America, Canada last year. Know all the differences, pressings, French releases.
All right. I thought that's what he told me a couple of weeks ago, that he originally lived in France. But this poster is not in the greatest shape, but this is a unique White Album poster that were only in the first BC13s, and it has capital down there on the bottom. I showed you a unique poster last week, but this is the toughest one to find with BC13s.
Don't we have more posters today?
Yeah, I did have them. There, you see them. Alright, let me put this back in here. We got any takers in for this for $1,000? I can put it up quick after the live stream. If you interested, I'll put it up there. Pretty tough to find them in this kind of condition. These are all audiophile pressings. Alright, that's put away. On to the next thing. Might have shown this last week on one of my live streams, but I found out it was the this red vinyl Sgt. Pepper from 1987 has the same cutting from Don Bartley as the audiophile Audio 5 from Australia. This sold for $333 the first 5 minutes it was listed on eBay, but I sold it to the same gentleman in California that bought my Nimbus Supercut for $7,000, and he also bought my Sgt. Pepper that from the United Kingdom second pressing that didn't have a day in the life on the B side. That sold for $777. So he's got all three of these unusual and audiophile Sgt. Peppers. This will go out, I guess, on Friday. The mail should be working on Friday. But that's the Sgt. Pepper from Australia, 1987, on red vinyl.
You ever been there?
To where? Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went to the Great Barrier Reef and New Zealand and Sydney and a couple other cities in Australia. It was a two-week trip.
Did you see a kangaroo?
Yeah, we saw some baby kangaroos.
Oh, babies.
Talking about Sgt. Pepper, I got two other Sgt. Peppers to show. One more stereo one. This is the 1992. It was limited to only made 500 in Latvia, a part of Russia. Notice how the drum is all in Russian, and it's not a gatefold. That's the back of it, a hard laminated cover. That's pretty unique. It's up for sale on my eBay store at $99. The Russian pressing is unplayed. You better grab it quick because it'll be gone for long. This is part of that estate sale we got in Crab Orchard, Tennessee. Look at that drum though. If you knew Russian, you could figure out what it said. And one other Sgt. Pepper, the best sounding mono pressing that Mike from the In Groove considers is this 2014 pressing from Germany of Sgt. Pepper. This is factory sealed, made in Germany. It's up for sale on my eBay store at, I think, $244.
$244.
Yeah. Any questions about Sgt. Pepper before I go on to something else? Got some more posters from an estate sale I haven't shown yet. I'll do that right now. This is a little banner poster for the Yellow Submarine soundtrack, 1999. In stores September 14th. The new soundtrack. I have a couple CDs of this Yellow Submarine soundtrack. I borrowed one of my son. He played it the other day. He's got, you listen to some of them. The Nowhere Man is really an amazing mix, and so is Hey Bulldog.
I like the Yellow Submarine.
You like the Yellow Submarine?
The song that
They're all
goes
the
like that.
same.
This was from the estate, just small posters for I Love the Ruddles. Never seen that before when it was out on VHS and beta tape. 70 minutes long. I Love the Ruddles. They're crossing Abbey Road and the Monty Python man, Eric Idle, he doesn't have any shoes on like Paul McCartney did. Got this. When I showed the look posters the other day, I didn't show the banner poster. This original look banner poster. Somebody must have liked George Harrison because they got a little red heart by George. And we got, this is the last one?
No, we got two more.
We got a poster for Real Music, I think from 1984. I got the gold vinyl version from Canada. Got a store poster for the Traveling Wilburys. Got Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, and George Harrison. This was volume 3 after Roy Orbison passed away.
What's this?
That's what we'll show in a second.
Last poster, this is the time I saw Ringo. This was his very first All-Star tour. I saw him at Deer Creek near Indianapolis. And this was a great show. He had an all-star band. Dr. John, Billy Preston, Joe Walsh, Rick Danko, Nils Lofgren, Levon Helm, Jim Keltner, and Clarence Clemens. I think about half of those people are no longer with us, but it's a great, me and my buddies went when I lived in Ohio, and we went to this show, and it's a great show. Ringo's first time on his all-star band. It says 1990, but I think I saw him in the late 80s. All right, they got this new arrival of Rolling Stones. Just got this today. Pretty unique. It held up all this time. This is made out of tin. The Voodoo Lounge, Budweiser, exclusively served. What's it say on the back? On the bottom? Unlike any place you've ever been. I guess they're talking about the Voodoo Lounge.
It's cute.
Like Charlie Watts is there. Keith Richards, as usual, with his rings on. And this is the poster that was in the store when you bought Budweiser, and there's 30 posters still inside this box. Pull one of them out to show you how it looks. This one has a little wear because it's on top. Budweiser presents the Rolling Stones U.S. Tour 94 Voodoo Lounge. We saw them at Cincinnati at the Riverfront, at the baseball stadium. I thought it was called Riverfront
Yeah, it
Stadium.
was at that time. Yeah, now it's gone, but
Yeah. When the Reds used to play there. Yeah, it's not gonna fit in there, but there might need some help there. Get that corner in. There we go. The other ones are all perfect shape, 29 perfect ones in there. Alright, just see how this is made out of tin there. Perfect shape. You like that?
It's like a stop sign.
You know, Sticker Kid couldn't make it today, but he'll be in the next one.
When's that?
Rolling Stones. Haven't sold this yet. I got 4 interested buyers in this. This is a 1972 factory sealed of Sticky Fingers. When they had to lower the zipper, because the zipper on the top was doing damage to the grooves when the 25 were in the shipping box. And people were complaining, bringing back the records, so they had to lower the zipper down. Got the original hype sticker with all the great songs. What a great album. Wild Horses, one of my favorites. The original price on this album was $4.19 in 1972. For 1973 for Goat Head Soup. It says on this hype sticker, it is recommended that the contents of this album are screened carefully before cleared for airplay. That's because the last song on first side, Star Star, you had to listen to that. The DJs had to listen to that before they could play that on the radio. Is it showing here? Oh, it's the last song on side 2. Or this. That's the hype sticker with all the titles of the song. Got a little saw cut. That means it was sent to for DJs and it couldn't be returned for credit. In like near mint condition. Goat head soup, side 1, and it's got the original insert of the goat head. Some other new arrivals. Got this 1964 newsstand copy from August 1964, right when the Beatles were starting to go on tour of America for the first time. And the newsstand issue has this little flap. There's no mailing label. It has that little flap. That's that's one of the best I've ever had. It hardly shows any aging at all in the inside pages. They're pretty well white. It's got the original coupons in it. The article, how.
Do you think the coupons are still useful?
I don't think so. They're 5 cents for. Let me see if I can find the first coupon. 5 cents off of baggies.
Oh, yeah, I want that.
And I showed the Pandemonium, a disaster. Well, not exactly. The girls were going crazy. Look at the condition of that magazine. That's almost 60 years old. Nice binding, no creases, hardly any aging. That and the Look magazine from 1968 with John Lennon on the cover are the 2 highest valued Beatles magazines when they were on the cover of a major magazine. And the first Newsweek is worth a lot too when the Beatles are on the cover. Probably showed this. This is an old store stock condition of a Beatles hairbrush. For it to be original, the heads, if you have the heads along the top, it's a reissue counterfeit from the early 70s. And it has to be embossed on the brush where it says Beatles brush, like that is. Original made from Genco in Utah. I think Jeff Osberger from Illinois has a whole case of these. I tried to buy a whole case of these from, what's that auction house? Heritage Auction. And I bid $3,500 for a whole case of this and got outbid. And by the time you put the premium for the auction, it would have been almost $5,000. And the guy that won it, he's trying to sell one at a time of each color on eBay. I think he's got $179 a piece. Ta 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 ta.
You ever showed that poster?
What, the poster?
Like that one right there?
This?
No. That one.
With the anthology, yeah, we showed that last time.
This? Yeah, I showed it last time.
No, over there.
Talking to Live in the BC?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we showed that last time. We showed all the posters last time.
I show these anthologies, but I'm putting 3 of these up together tonight or tomorrow. We've already taken pictures. I'm going to sell the binder, this notebook advertisement, and the sealed anthology set. I made a listing of it. That's a 1996 factory sealed laser disc, and it's got I think 5 laser discs in there to cover the 10 hours of anthology. And that's the binder that was sent to retail stores in 1996 to promote the anthologies when they were being released. They had some extras to give away. I've had this in before in a great big box that looks like a box of old Beatles albums, and it goes for quite a good money. I think I've sold 3 of them. And the binder from ABC that promotes the 3 nights of the anthology. They played 2 hours at a time. I think it was Thanksgiving night, Thursday, and then they played Saturday and Sunday. And that was a 6-hour special on ABC, where the video is 10 hours long. I noticed somebody sold one of these on eBay the other day, the VHS tape, and they got like $100 for this box set. That's a pretty high price for that. I got all 3 of these up on my eBay store. These are all UK pressings of Anthology. Anthology 1, they're all sealed. Anthology 2, the hype sticker for Real Love. And Anthology 3, where Now and Then was supposed to be on there, but it got rejected. And now we finally got Now and Then out. And what a great song. Paul and Ringo have made that over time. It took 30 years, 40 years to get that done. Any questions on Anthology? We at on time?
30 minutes about.
Let's see, I just got these Remco dolls in today. From 1964.
I had them before.
Yeah, I've had them many a times. These 3 of them are soft-bodied rubber dolls. We can punch in on them, and John Lennon is see how it says hard plastic.
Oh, yeah. What the heck?
But his guitar is in nice shape. His hair is in nice shape. They all look a little bit weird, but that's the way they made the Remco doll. Don't you think their faces look a little scary?
Yeah, they look creepy to look at.
Everybody thinks they look creepy when the young people see these. George and Paul playing his famous Hofner bass, and Ringo.
Imagine seeing that in someone's house, just sitting there.
I tried to win this from Perry Cox last night, but I got outbid. It sold a set of the hard bodies with the Sears box that they were sold in, and I think it went for right $800. But I do have a set of these coming in the original boxes in the next week. Haven't shown this yet. I don't think I've shown this either. I'm going to put this up on my eBay store. This is the early 1990s version of the CD singles. Figure out how to open it again. CD singles of all the singles from the Beatles with unique covers. Help. I Want to Hold Your Hand, From Me to You, Yellow Submarine, Sticker Girl's favorite Beatles song, Strawberry Fields, All You Need Is Love, Hello Goodbye, Lady Madonna, Hey Jude, Get Back, that photo from the last, oh, we don't have that up here anymore. Last time, and that's also from the last day the Beatles were all took pictures of. I think Linda McCartney took these pictures. That's for Ballad of John and Yoko. Something, Same Day, pictures, and Let It Be.
Is that a mini one of the big one?
This is just the singles, where the big one is all 13 albums. These are the singles that were number ones.
It looks like a mini one.
Yeah, what do they call it like that? And this is a unique one I got in the state sale called Across the Universe, the EP box set. And it's got different EP covers from all around the world. I think that one is, that's Japan. I haven't done my research of where all these are from. I know that's Australia. Beatles Yesterday. That's France again. Love Beatles. Got Roll Over Beethoven. You Really Got Me, Boys, and Love Me Do. There you go, French vinyl addict. Another one from France. With I Feel Fine, Anytime at All, She's a Woman, and I'll Be Back. A great song off of Beatles for Sale. That looks like France again. That looks like Russian there. Must be a couple Russians in here, because they always have strange covers. That's a UK Twist and Shout. UK Beatles Million Sellers, where it has that audiophile pressing for CD of She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Can't Buy Me Love, and I Feel Fine. That brings us to the subject of She Loves You, where the new mix isn't that great. And to really hear She Loves You in the full power, you need to either listen to the original 45 from the United Kingdom, or the Swan version from the United States, or this Beatles EP, Beatles Million Sellers from the United Kingdom. It looks like France. That's an outtake of when they were doing the Trump cover. They covered up the Butcher cover. They're in Brian Epstein's office, and look who's in the trunk this time. John Lennon's in the trunk instead of Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
Paul, Paperback Writer. That's a unique one. Another one, I think, from Australia. Bad Boy, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, You Like Me Too Much, and Yes It Is. That was part of that estate sale. I haven't put this up for sale yet.
Wolfie Baby said CD EPs.
CD what?
EPs.
CD EPs, that's what this is. The other one, this was singles, and these are EPs. These have 4 songs on each CD.
I thought it said.
Any other questions? Wolfie Baby. That's easy to remember. French vinyl addict. That one guy with the France name, I can't quite get that down.
They've been on the live, like they've been joining the lives for a minute.
Yeah. This is an empty box in the estate sale of the Beatles singles, where they had instead the 7-inch records, they had all the same covers as I showed on the CDs. That's in beautiful shape. I've sold this, I sealed one of this twice from early 1980s from United Kingdom. I've sold them for $400 before.
How much for anthology binder?
Binder. Well, the binder was going to go up with these 3 together and the laser disc. And this, the one from ABC. But I'll probably put $144 on the 3-iron. Well, if somebody's interested in just buying the binder, I guess he is. Who's asking that?
Marcio.
Oh, that's the man from France.
Not from France.
He's not from France?
He said hola. I think he's from.
Hola?
Yeah, I think he's Cuban or Mexican.
Oh, okay. From Mexico. We have a lot of people, subscribers from Mexico, Canada.
Different ethnic.
I think we have 70% or something like that from the United States, and the other 30% is from around the world. This one's part of that estate sale. It's kind of unique. It's a promo kit for Backbeat. I saw that movie. It's mostly about Stu Sutcliffe. But this is the promo kit for it. It's got a whole thing about Stuart Sutcliffe, the Lost Beatle. I think it was made by, wrote by his sister, Pauline. The Backbeat Band. I used to, when I advertised in Hamilton, we advertised on an Oxford radio station, 97X, and Greg Dooley from this band, he liked my commercials I put on 97X, but I met him a couple times at Bogart's in Cincinnati. Greg Dooley. It's got the VHS press kit for Backbeat, 45 minutes. It's got the promo cassette for Backbeat. Talking about cassettes, I sold my Now and Then cassette sealed I got the other day from the Beatles store. I sold it for $88. But I can't believe how much that Spotify 10-inch record's going for now. It's up to like almost $300. That's just amazing how that went up that fast in price from just 2 weeks ago. Probably bought it at on the Beatles store when it sold out the first day. Spotify. Maybe, I don't know where you bought that at. But anyway, it's worth about 10 times of what it originally cost. Just amazing.
Marcio or whatever. Said they're from Ecuador.
Ecuador, all right.
Yep.
Backbeat, that's the CD. The band members, that's a promo CD. The band members were in the Backbeat band were Greg Dooley, Don Fleming, Dave Grohl, Mike Mills from REM, Thurston Moore, and Dave Perner, and he was in Soul Asylum. But that's a kind of unique promo kit for Backbeat. And I also have a poster that advertises the movie here. You can pull it out. If you haven't seen Backbeat, you need to watch it. It's mostly about Astrid, who took their pictures, and Stuart Sutcliffe, the relationship, romantic relationship between those two. The Beatles that were played, I thought that they put more time into the two main stars, where the Beatles were almost like supporting actors in that movie. Backbeat. I'm gonna put the rubber band back on it. Colored vinyls from the early 1990s. Might have shown this on the last one. I think I did. I need to put this up for sale.
Oh yeah.
Got red and clear and white vinyl,
That's
all
really
with the
cute.
jukebox strips. I notice there's a lot of people that have sets of those. But these are amazing condition. Beatles Love, that's getting a lot more attention with the new remix, because this is one of the first times that Giles Martin ever did any remixing of Beatle tracks. And so the Love has been getting a lot more attention. The value of that and the Yellow Submarine soundtrack has gone up. But I have a couple of these that are factory sealed, special import. No Longer Made. Features 26 tracks reworked by George and Giles Martin. That's when he was working with his dad, when his dad was still alive. But I think he had lost his hearing that time at the time, and Giles was doing the most of the work for him. The Beatles as you never heard them before. I used to have the 5.1, the bonus disc of that, and that was amazing to hear these tracks in 5.1 sound. Haven't shown this billboard from August yet, 1964. It's got this nice, I can find it real quick. Got my glove there. Ringo for President. They were putting out anything to do with the Beatles on record at the time. Ringo for President. How the Animals got their name. The big question is, when will VJ Records be number 7 in sales? Soon. They were spending all the money they were making off the Beatles. An ad for London Records where it has the Rolling Stones Tell Me advertised. Number 1 song at the time was Hard Day's Night. And number 2 was Dean Martin, Everybody Loves Somebody. With 2 weird songs to have at 1 and 2. The Beatles and Dean Martin. The Supremes are number 3 with Where Did Our Love Go? I think it has a promotion for the oldies, VJ oldies in here. This is pretty neat. 2-page ad for In the Business of New Ideas, VJ number 1. The Oldies 45, when they reissued the Beatles 45 on the red Oldies label. You got these little, when you went into the record store, you got these little like Christmas cards with the record also. Who was number 1 on the album charts? You got Beatles Hard Day's Night at number 1. And Dave Clark Return is at number 5. Hello Dolly is number 3 by Louis Armstrong. There's a young Ricky Nelson. But I'll be putting that billboard up for sale before long.
It's good.
There's my glove right there. What we got to talk about around this live stream out? Our Happy Thanksgiving live stream.
Our yearly anniversary.
Yeah, well, this is exactly 1 year that I've, November 22nd last year was the first video I made. So this is exactly 1 year. We're up to over 1,100 subscribers. So we appreciate that. We've grown a long way.
One day you need to have another giveaway.
We'll have another giveaway. I'll think of one for the my 70th birthday, New Year's Day.
Oh yeah, that would be good too.
I was trying to get a butcher cover today, but it was real rough shape of stereo, and I offered him $750, and he counter offered with $1,100, and I said it was too rough a shape to spend $1,100. I take all the risk once I start a pill. I can't return it once I start the pill. It's all mine. The butcher cover, I have an original butcher cover coming from Perry Cox. This is a reproduction, but I have a real one with a COA from Perry Cox coming next week. That'll be on our next live stream. And we've talked about the archive books. The Band on the Run is the next one I'll be putting up. This is the only one that was opened up from the state sale. That's the original sheet that was on the back. It's got 3 CDs and a DVD bonus film. And the last page shows the 3 CDs and a DVD with a hype sticker and the download card. All the other ones I have, I got pretty much up for sale. They're all factory sealed. The silly Speed of Sound and Pipes of Peace and McCartney and Wings Over America. Led Zeppelin. Didn't talk about Led Zeppelin. I tried to make an offer on a sealed House the Holy today with the hype sticker for the hit song and the OBI that made it more politically correct at the store, but got turned down at $250. This is a Led Zeppelin one from 1969 pressing. Beautiful cover. Got the Gold Record Award sticker on it. Got the first pressing of Broadway on the bottom, and pretty much unplayed, excellent condition on the dead wax. It should have a George Peckham or a GP on it. Side 1, side 2. Any questions about Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, or Beatles? We're about ready to round this thing down, wind this down. Got a lot more things coming next week. I didn't write down everything I got coming, but I thought that BC-13 was pretty amazing. I've only had this a few times where they were numbered right here. Notice how the color is different than the later BC-13s that are like a more of a blue, where this is almost a real dark blue. You can tell you got a real early version. And then it said it was numbered 3141.
Daniel Castillo asked, do you got the audio 5 yet?
I do not have the audio 5, but this is cut from the same 1-to-1 copy. The same one in Australia. This is from '87. It was cut from the same plates that the audio 5 was cut from on red vinyl. The audio 5 was a '83, but I'm sure it's got to be worth close to $5,000 now, since the Nimbus Supercut, since I sold that one for $7. But this one sold for $333 5 minutes after I put it up there, by the same gentleman that bought the Nimbus sealed Nimbus Supercut that I got from Chad Casson by peeling a butcher cover for him. Mike from the In Groove was in the same. He wanted it. He made the same offer that I did, $5,500. I had it for a couple months before I sold it for $7,000. All right, I think that is all my new stuff going on. I need to listen to the red and blue a little more in the car. Next week I'll have a more evaluation. I sold my red and blue vinyl album. I never opened it up. I sold it for a couple $100. But I think this CD box set that with the slipcase is going for over $100 now. Made in Germany. Got to start listening to the Blue album. I know everybody else has already listened to it a million times, but around holiday time in the grocery store, there's a lot of hours of work.
Definitely.
All right, thanks for checking in. I don't think I showed my Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr sign Abbey Road. We'll end it with the Holy Grail this time. Got about 5 interested watchers on this item. It's $7,000. See how Paul McCartney's autograph up there in the light blue sky.
Daniel?
Yep.
Daniel Castillo said this gentleman wants all editions of Sgt. Pepper.
The one that's buying them? Yeah. Yeah, I told him I had the Russian rare version that I put up, but he hasn't bought it at 99 yet. Maybe he'll buy it tomorrow morning.
Hopefully.
He wants me to get him an audio 5 too. I told him that's as close as I could get. But that's a late 1970s pressing of Abbey Road from the United States. But and it has the COAs from Frank Casio, the premier. He's kind of retired now, but that's the COA you want. The COA from Frank Casio, I would say, is worth over $500 alone, hand signed. And then one from Perry Cox. He authenticated in November of 2007. This was autographed about the same time when Paul was on tour in 2005 is when the Paul McCartney signature was obtained, and then Ringo was obtained shortly after that. All right. Thanks a lot for checking in on our Thanksgiving special. Sticker Girl helped out. Sticker Kid will be back next time. And
Happy Thanksgiving.
And Sticker, my oldest son behind the camera. Stay tuned, because next week will be a big one. Have a happy holiday. Don't eat too much. Thanks. Bye.
Happy Black Friday.